And we're back.
We did the voice
I had to
again.
Stop doing this.
And we're back with Love Has No Limits.
I want to teach
Welcome to Love Has No Limits with your hosts.
Sam Patterson and Monica Tsunami Patterson. Okay, we gotta stop.
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry, guys. Just please continue listening
Please
because this is
don't
actually going to be
unfollow.
a very interesting episode.
Yes, so this is going to be another episode of Just Sam and I. We are working on getting some of you guys on the show, but we've been going through all the emails and talking to people, so we're trying to get everything situated. So this is going to be another one of Just Sam and I, but this one is definitely a really interesting one. I think.
Yeah, really interesting. So let's jump into it. You read out the email. So the person who emailed in wants to remain anonymous. So Monica's just going to read out the email, and then we'll discuss it together and see what we think.
Okay. Well, we need to give this person a fake name because it's a man. So let's call him
Alejandro.
Okay, Alejandro. Hi guys. First of all, big fan of the show.
Thank you so much, Alejandro.
And I'm so sorry that we're calling you Alejandro. Next.
Why are you sorry? That's the coolest name in history.
I don't mean like that. And listen, Lady Gaga said that was a really cool name, okay?
Alejandro.
Okay. So I would really like to keep this anonymous because I'm currently 19, and from 13 years old to about 16, I was best friends with this girl. Then when we were about 17, we kissed for the first time. Ooh. And from then, we were in love with each other, although we never admitted it.
Okay.
She's currently in a relationship with another guy, and I've had a few flings with other girls since then. However, I've never really gotten over her, and she has told her best friend numerous times that she misses me.
Right.
Her relationship is also very...
What?
I had a cough in my throat.
You want some water?
No, it's okay. Her relationship is also very rocky and is always asking how I am through her friends. I really want this girl until the end, until death do us part. Could you please give me some advice on what to do, but please keep this anonymous without even showing my email. Don't worry, Alejandro. Also, could you let me know when this question will be aired on the podcast? Yes, we can.
Yes, it's being aired right now, Alejandro. So, what do you think of that email, Monica? What are your initial thoughts? What are your initial feelings?
My initial thought is this needs to be like some sort of movie because
basically, as an overview, okay, he's 19 now. Alejandro is 19 now. He met the girl of his dreams at 13. They had the first kiss at 17. They've both kind of gone off in different directions. He's dated other girls. She's dated another guy, and is currently in a relationship with another guy.
And the relationship is, as he says, very rocky.
Okay, from the outside, the relationship's rocky. So, what does he do about it? I think initially, Alejandro, this probably isn't what you want to hear, but I would say don't get involved, okay? I don't know if Monica's going to agree with that sentiment, but I say don't get involved, let the relationship run its course. If it's on rocky ground especially, then it's probably not going to last that long. But if you get involved and try and break them up now, what if the girl of your dreams ends up resenting you and you never get to get with her in the end? Like, you know, if you truly are in love with her and if you really believe you have a future together, I say you wait. I say, you know, think you're 19 years old. You've probably got, what's the average life expectancy at the moment? Like 80s, let's say?
Yeah,
So you've got a good 60 plus years to potentially be with the love of your life if it ends in the next year or so. So that's what I think anyway.
Mine is a little bit of the same, but also a little bit different because the fact that she is messaging her friends, trying to figure out how Alejandro is.
But is she asking her friends like, oh, how's he doing as a friend? Because didn't he say that they were best friends?
Asking how I am through
See,
her friends.
from 13 to 16, they were best friends. So like, what if she's just kind of being like, oh, I miss him. Like when one of her friends, we don't know what kind of context the missing you is in. Is it like, oh my gosh, I've been in love with that guy since I was 13. How is he doing? Or is it just, this was my best friend at one point. How is he doing?
Yeah, this is all stuff that we don't know. But if it is the kind of like wanting to talk to you kind of thing, you know, you never know. That might be why her relationship is rocky. But I'm not going to jump to conclusions or say anything like that. I think, like what Sam says, you got to wait it out.
Yeah.
Especially if the relationship is on rocky terms. I mean, this sounds bad, but like that kind of is good news for you in a sense because, but you also, in a way, I feel like people get excited when people break up with, you know, their boyfriend or girlfriend because then they're like, oh, now I have a chance. But you also want them to get over that. You don't want to be a rebound. You don't want to, if she breaks up with him and then automatically messages you and says like, oh, let's hang out, let's do this, whatever. Just remember, like, you don't want to be a rebound.
Yeah,
I know
give
it sounds
her time
bad.
to get over him first. But I mean, at the end of the day, the fact that she's in that she's clearly not in the right relationship for her right now is a good thing in the long run, because every single relationship is a learning lesson.
Yeah.
Every single relationship will teach you something about life and about what you are looking for in a partner and the perfect partner. You know, if you are the complete opposite of this guy that she's with at the moment, say if she's dating Enrique and you're Alejandro, and you guys are complete opposites in personality, and she realizes, wow, this guy's a bit of a D-bag, and you know, I don't want to be with someone like this in the future, then it's a learning lesson that she knows she needs to be with someone like you in the future.
Yeah. And like we said, we don't really know the context of, you know, why she's asking about you, but it also is a good sign, because the fact that she's still interested in your life and stuff like that, that's always a good thing, even if it is just as friends. You know, if you love this person, obviously, regardless, you want them in your life regardless of the situation.
Yeah,
so.
And can I just butt in here just to let you guys know, we actually have never been in this situation, so we're not therapists, we're not giving kind of legal advice for you to kind of bank upon, but this is just, you know, based on our kind of dating history and our relationship and being together for almost 5 years now. This is our kind of personal advice. Not that you should take it on board. This is just what we personally advise.
Yeah. So we're, like Sam said, we're not professionals. So before anybody
just a disclaimer there.
Yeah. So what I would suggest is wait it out. I mean, it is okay if you want to message her like, hey, how are you doing? But I also, if you know that it's going to make things worse, maybe don't do that. Because we don't know.
What do you guys think? As our listeners, what do you guys think? Maybe, you know, comment on one of our Instagrams or YouTube videos, or drop us a DM or whatever. If you want to check out our YouTube, by the way, it's Sam and Monica.
Yeah.
Just search Sam and Monica in YouTube. And you can either message us through there, or Instagrams or Twitters or whatever. Do you think it's okay for him to message her while she is clearly in a relationship with another person? I mean, he could just message her as friends, but let's be honest, the real intention is that he's in love with her.
Yeah, see, that's where it gets weird. I think personally, I would feel really uncomfortable if somebody that you were like, for like, what was it, like 4 years, if I knew that this person was still in love with you and they're messaging you knowing that we're together, I feel like it wouldn't really exactly make me feel good, because I know what her intentions would be.
Yeah.
But it's also okay to, you know, be in other people's lives and say, hey, just hope you're doing well. But I wouldn't go flirting with her and
I think the fact that you were in love with her signifies that even if you weren't in like a full-on relationship, it was probably, the feelings were probably more powerful than most kind of kiddie I don't want to kind of use that word in kind of negative terms, but like a kiddie relation, you know, like relationships generally, 95% of relationships from between the ages of 13 and 17 aren't serious. Let's be honest. So if you were genuinely in love with each other, then the feelings, even if you weren't in a serious relationship, the feelings were probably more powerful than most people. So if you look at it as if it's an ex-girlfriend and an ex-boyfriend situation, would you feel comfortable with an ex-girlfriend messaging me, honey, even if it's just to have a friendly chat? I think it depends on the actual person, doesn't it?
I think it depends on the person and like the nature of the previous relationship.
I mean, personally, for me, I'm not a jealous guy whatsoever. I've never had any kind of controlling or jealousy or whatever issues, have I? Like, you know, even when we first started dating, obviously we lived 3,500 miles away from each other. If you wanted to go and hang out with some of your guy friends or go on a night out, I was all for it. I didn't care whatsoever. You know, I fully trust you completely, and that's the way I view things. But obviously other people kind of, other people have completely different personalities to me. So personally, Monica, what would you think if one of my ex-girlfriends was messaging me, even just in a friendly way?
Again, it depends on like the situation, like which person, because you've had some long relationships and you've had like, you know, I've met actually one of your past girlfriends before. Remember you introduced me to her?
Yes.
And like that's totally fine. Like you catching up, you hugged her, I said hello, like it was totally okay. Like that doesn't bother me. But if it's one like that I know their intentions, because sometimes like I have that instinct. I know, this is so weird, but I know when someone has a thing for you, and you always say, no they don't, and you end up saying months later, like, yeah.
And I realize like a year later, I'm like, okay, I put all the signs
they
together.
finally admit it. I have a really good instinct of people's intentions, so I think it would depend on the person entirely, but for the majority of it would just kind of be random, because actually, this is a weird example. Remember not too long ago, somebody sent you a Snapchat. You told me someone sent you a Snapchat and it was like a song saying how much they missed you. Like, that's not okay.
No, I don't remember.
Yeah,
that.
you said there was someone, I know who it is, I'll tell you after. But there was somebody who sent you a Snapchat, and it was like a song saying how much they missed
I do remember
you.
that.
And then you told me about
This
that.
was someone I actually didn't ever date. I just kind of was talking to at one point.
But like, that upsets me because, you know, she knows that was even after we're engaged.
Like a
She
drunk
knows,
Snapchat.
Yeah, she knows we're engaged. Like, that was just inappropriate. There's
Well, I
boundaries.
didn't even bother replying because...
Yeah, you deleted her on Snapchat.
Yeah, because, I mean, I don't want to disrespect you like that. You're my fiance.
Yeah, it's just... So that's what I mean when it comes to, like, different intentions. Everybody has an intention behind, like, what they're doing. So hers was not good. She's saying, hey, I miss you. I know you're engaged, but I still miss you. That's
And I'm
not...
drunk.
Yeah, that's not okay. But if it's somebody like, hey, we haven't talked in a while, hope you're doing well, saw you got engaged, and, like, actually acknowledges the fact that, you know, the relationship you have now is okay, like, not trying to take that away from you, that's okay. That's 100% okay. But unfortunately, there are a lot of people who have bad intentions. So it's hard to go off this email, like, what the intentions are behind her asking her friends and all that, because we don't have too much info. But I would say just wait it out. And, you know, if the relationship is bad, I would just wait and see what happens. But just be careful not to feel like you're the rebound. Like,
do you know what I'd absolutely love to do?
What?
In like a year or a couple of years, hopefully this podcast will have completely grown and we'll be filming it and all that kind of stuff. We could actually interview Alejandro and the girl of his dreams, and they'll be happily together. And how cool would that be?
Have like a talk show for couples. That would be so cool.
So you do like an update kind of thing.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at. So it's hard for us to really say because we don't
you can't
know.
really get the intentions. You can't really understand the intentions via email and from the limited information we have. But I would say do not interfere with the current relationship, because every single relationship in someone's life is a learning curve. It's always a lesson to be learned, isn't there, from relationships, whether it's positive or negative.
Plus, the only people, like, you know, with our relationship, nobody knows really everything about our relationship except you and I. So when we're on the outside looking in, it might look rocky, or some people might say, oh yeah, they fight sometimes. But what about all the other times where they're really happy or like everything's good? Like, so everyone fights. So it's hard to really know what's going on in a couple's life. Like, you don't really know.
Definitely.
Like, you can't judge that the relationship's bad or anything.
Oh, think about it. Like,
if
if people in a relationship are happy for 364 days a year, and then on that one day you meet up with a friend and you have an argument, that friend's going to assume you have a bad relationship.
Exactly.
But actually it's 0.3% of the time.
Yeah. So that's just another thing of advice. But Alejandro, I really I can't stop with that.
I love that name. Should we call our child Alejandro?
I actually really like the name
One called
Alejandro.
Enrique, one called
It was
Alejandro.
just so random to, like, of all names, that's what you thought of.
I don't know why I thought of that name, but I love it. And if anyone is called Alejandro, please DM us and I'll swap
or
names
Alejandra.
with you. If you want the name Samuel, then please take it, because it's kind of boring for
I
me.
love Samuel. So Alejandro, please let us know if that helped, and send us an email if it did, or any other questions you have. But we'd love to hear what you guys think as well, because again, we're not experts here, but we do like to pride ourselves in thinking that we're pretty good at relationships.
Yeah, because
stuff.
I mean, we've managed to navigate our relationship very successfully. I think genuinely we have the healthiest relationship of anyone we know.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think so, except your grandparents.
Except my grandparents. My grandparents are in
goals.
their mid to late 80s. They are obsessed with each other still. They literally every single time they walk anywhere, they hold hands. My granddad still opens the door.
He
for
runs
her,
to open the door.
Still buys her flowers all the time. It's like
I love it. And they just have
we
a
went
cat.
out. We took them out for dinner. Obviously pre-COVID-19, we took them out for dinner, and they were holding hands under the table and stuff. It's like
they're just the cutest.
I can't wait to see the position we're in when we're their age.
We're gonna be like crazy.
I
We're
really
gonna be
hope
like
we're
twerking on the table. You're gonna be like throwing all the money.
Honey,
that's like.
I really
whatever.
hope we're still as in love as they are at their age.
I think so.
Because I'm as in love with you as they are right now.
Oh, honey, sweet.
Anyway, we've kind of turned that personal, haven't we? But yeah, guys, thank you so much for listening to this podcast. And if you do have any comments or advice, or if you want to ask a question or answer a question or whatever, if you want to come on the show and discuss your long distance relationship or whatever type of relationship you have, send an email to lovehasnolimitspodcast@gmail.com, and we will get back to you and bring you on the show and answer your questions
Yes.
or whatever it is.
And if you have already emailed us, don't worry, we are getting to all of the emails. We're going through because we're looking for stories that are really going to stand out, because we've gotten a lot of emails saying like how much you guys love the podcast, and that means so much to us. We're looking for people who want to come on the show and actually talk about something in their relationship or come on
Yeah.
with their partners and anything
And we have a
like
few
that.
cool guests lined up as well, don't we? That
Yeah.
we're just kind of figuring out when's the best time to actually record this with them.
Yes,
So,
so
we
keep-
are really
stay
excited
tuned.
about the
Stay
future of the
tuned.
show,
Oh
aren't
my
we?
gosh, I'm so excited.
Anyway, guys,
yeah.
thank you so much for listening. Please share this podcast and share our YouTube channel, Sam and Monica, with your friends, your family, your partners, your loved ones. And we will catch you guys very soon.
Speak to you guys soon.
And remember, love has no limits.
Love has no limits.
We need to come up with a real intro and outro for that, don't we?
I know, it's just us doing
If
the
you have any
ASMR
ideas,
voice.
or if you want to like record something and email it to us, please do. And
We need like a little jingle.
yeah, we need a jingle, don't we? Anyway, love has no limits. Oh, goodbye, guys. This is my relaxing podcast voice.
Oh my gosh.
Peace out.
I really can't.